Gahayo. Gahayo. How's everyone doing today? Let me turn it down a little bit, because I remember this game is pretty loud. But I hope everyone's doing well today. I hope everyone's having a great Saturday. Hello, Gozu. Ah! Hello. What are you doing? My mod is drunk? I can't believe it. No, I'm just kidding. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Please do get some rest if you need to. I wanted to stream earlier today, but I just had a lot of trouble getting out of bed as usual. But it's okay, because you know it's better to play this game later in the day, you know, for the atmosphere, the late night PARANORMASIGHT stream. I think it makes sense. Anywho, probably noticed I have something new set up on stream today. I got myself a heart rate monitor because I think it'd be super funny to see how my heart rate like goes up and down throughout the stream. You know, you get more of a sense of a live reaction. Yesterday when I was testing it out, it was like 8 in the low 80s, but I don't know. Today I put it on, it's like 100. I'm not sure exactly how it works. But this thing was pretty expensive, but I bought it for stream because I thought it'd be a lot of fun. When I had a disappointing night, no! I thought you were enjoying yourself and drinking in the comfort of your home. Sorry to hear that, but I hope my stream can make your night feel a bit better. I'm not a scaredy cat, I'm a scaredy lion. But anyways, enough about that. Let's go on and start with the game. So last time we left off, we went back to the good old buddy cop duo, and what is it? We're investigating the school at the moment, and then my internet was shitting the bed. More specifically, my Ethernet. But I asked my dad if we could upgrade our net and increase the upload speed. So I'm hoping that makes streams a lot more consistent from now on. She's just like, Wizard of Oz? Stop it. You're not the first person to make that comparison. Crap, I forgot which one this was. The one-sided read. Fuck! Okay, I took a guess. It's been a while. I believe it houses the Fool's Procession. That's right, I was gonna say that one, I swear. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. I see. Either way, it seems all 3 victims can be tied to the 7 mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. But you've got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction. That's right, and Hajime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the 7 mysteries. Problem is that the timing doesn't add up. He died before the curses were activated. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the 7 mysteries? That'd be completely insane and out of left field. I hope that's not the case, because that makes things a lot more complicated. That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner, one who could pull off a curse like that without using a cursed stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Head patting his beard. Oh, really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Well, looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night. We can't rule out there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, I hadn't thought about that. But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun is out. Nice little grace period. Oh, that's great news! So basically we're safe during the daytime? Exactly. It's also likely why Nejima gave us until dusk. Ah, he must have known about the curse stones. He must have known the curse stones couldn't be used during the day. Either way, we've got until nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. Aye aye, boss. Let's do this! At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namigaki at the foot-washing mansion, and Hideki Araishi at the ever-burning lantern. We've got both of their cursed stones. And then, there's Nejima, who claims he has the one-sided read. Yeah, Nejima is the one who has that one. Yeah, that about sums it up. Oh, nice. Now we have a little, what do we call it? Excel sheet. Okay. We'd better figure out who the remaining 5 are quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nejima may lead us to the other curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. I've got a feeling there's some connection there. Aye aye, boss. Sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Oops. I asked around Sumida's community safety bureau, where Yoshimi was stationed. It seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shiraishi. Ah, yeah. I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it really was a suicide. Looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, her wounds, all that, he must have suspected some kind of foul play, because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. What was the evidence? Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of a building, a ways away from the road. There are no evidence of vehicular collision, so it was ruled a suicide, but he thought there was more to it? Yes, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. So there is a chance that it wasn't a suicide. But what a terrible way to go. There are no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. This is turning into quite the grisly case. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly. So I asked the traffic bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard. So we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. You think the driver is the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics and traffic bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I've got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too. Enjoy your luck, Kozu. Stay hydrated. Don't wear yourself out. Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. I'm gonna fall asleep anytime now. Yeah, no worries. Have a good rest if you do. Remember the girl Yoshimi met with the day he died? One Hitomi Okuda? Community safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address? Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now. But she could be a key witness. Can we have community safety track her down for us? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today. Because of the teacher that died. That's right. Alright, but it's not something we can do today. We may have to forget about it. Let's move on then. I got some information about Yoshimi's fiancée from Community Safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But... oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community Safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence. There it is. Can't things just be easy for once? Let's see. Oh, she is a beauty. Damn, she's missing though. That's not a good sign. It's definitely starting to look suspect. Crime of passion, perhaps? It's fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse. But Yoshimi was well liked and they'd been together for over 10 years. Thank you for that, Matt. You never know. Things could be different behind closed doors. I guess so. But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario too. It could be that the same person who is out for Yoshimi is after his fiancée as well. She could be in danger. You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. HQ has mobilized a search unit for Nejima, but so far, we haven't received any word. Guessing he wasn't at home or at work. About that, apparently, he vacated his last known address a week ago. You serious? So we have no idea where he lives. It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at. They told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hold on a second. You're telling me nobody caught that? Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. He also said he lost track of Nejima when he moved to a new place. Jeez, that's just sloppy. This is the worst probation officer of all time. I've heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days, cause they're running out of room in the prisons. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked. So Nejima's got to fuck about unsupervised. God damn it! That asshole is annoyingly good at faking remorse, or insanity, whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. That explained why he so brazenly made contact. That asshole. He's mocking us. Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. That's gonna take way too long. We only have until dusk. Speaking of Nejima, yeah? Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her into protective custody as soon as possible. Not yet. I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either. That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to rescue her? Shut up. I don't have her contact info, alright? Damn. She really doesn't trust you, huh? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency, and that we send an officer to find her and get her to safety. Oh my god, I almost sneezed. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree. I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you or a former father can't find her, how the hell did Nejima do it? Former, huh? That cuts deep. Yikes, sorry. It just kinda slipped out. Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with his curse echo. Back on topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. It may even allow him to act from a distance. I see. The one-sided reed. What was that story about again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up. Oh, right. One of the more gruesome of the Seven Mysteries. My damn nose is bothering me now. As for Nejima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it until we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they've got any updates. And that's about it. Shall we continue our investigation? We could go to Kamagata High School to look for Hitomi Okuda, or to Michio Shiraishi's house to find out more about her. This music, bro. It feels very, like, 90s. It's like 90s, but with, like, a modern... with some modern, like, instruments. There's a lot we need to do, but not a lot we can do. This ain't looking good. We're gonna run out of time if we don't do something. Gotta keep moving. Alright. Oh, we're blocked off. I say let's keep going. This yellow is making me think of Persona 4. Anyways. I don't have a particular attachment to either one, so let's just go in order. Oh, Dojima's the real MC. That's what I'm talking about. I wish like Dojima became like a Persona user. Welcome in, Tagahag. Here we are, Kamagata High. Classes are suspended for the day, so the students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. Is there something on my shirt? Don't tell me I stink. This place isn't only connected to the case because the students were under Yoshimi's jurisdiction. It's also the site of the Fool's Procession, and of course where that teacher was killed. Seems like a likely place to find clues, don't you think? Wait, let me see if there's any of those stickers. I don't see it. Oh right. Speaking of schools, what is it? You said paranormal affairs can't help us right now. So why don't we get that psychic high schooler you mentioned to help us? A lot of the people involved in this case lead back to the school anyway, so it might make things easier to have them with us. For a guy who questioned me on the legality of working with them, you sure seem eager to exploit underage labor. Hey, who said anything about exploiting them? I just want to give our young experts the opportunity to shine. When did you become such a smooth talker? Anyway, I'm afraid I don't know where they are. Oh, I see. I wonder if there's anyone who could help us scout out the area. The news of the dead teacher has also attracted a fair share of rubberneckers. The atmosphere is kinda tense with this many cops around. Komagata High's gymnasium also serves as a polling place and evacuation center. A lot of the buildings around here are still made of wood, but this place looks safe and sturdy. The school gate will stay locked while forensics inspects the scene of the incident. Looks like they're still busy. Let's talk to the person in charge later. Am I supposed to come back here later? I mean, I'm totally fine with that. That's a bit surprising. Oh. Don't see anyone to talk to, so... Ain't no way this place isn't gonna be spooky, right? Seems like Michio's house is at the end of this road. We don't want to intimidate them, so maybe I should go alone. It really feels like old Tokyo. It's quiet. Oh shit, I got an achievement for 10 hours. Oh shit! Mockingbird number 6. The illegal eagle. Okay. Everyone was checking out the Shirashi house at the end of the road. Street's no narrow, so two big guys like us took out like a pair of sore thumbs. Alright, I'll go check out the house. Should we be sending him alone? I'll wait till he gets back. Okay. So I guess I go back to the school? He seems sus as hell. Oh wait. Oh, he's back. Oh, you're back. No luck, boss. No one home? Doesn't look like it. I knocked for a while, but nobody came to the door. I glanced in the windows, but there was no sign of activity inside either. I saw about 3 newspapers stuffed into their mailbox. Suspend? What? Okay, that's interesting. Wow, the game will be like, yeah, you're stuck. Go somewhere else. Okay, that's kind of cool though. I guess we need these two to show up to the school. That way, they can talk to the cops. Or at least one of them. Thank God she lived. What the hell? I'm surprised she lived. I was really like wondering like how come we didn't see any mention of a high schooler in the news, like as one of the dead bodies. Oh, good morning, Yako. Yako, rise and shine. You're up. It's morning. Are you okay? Can you remember your name? Duh, I'm Spectre of the Spirit Lord. Yes, I'm Yaku's Sakazaki. Good. Seems like you're fully awake. Oh, Mio. Thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. I couldn't dispel the curse echo, or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. But in that situation, it's the best you could hope for. I'm sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. I can't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay. It's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel bad that you've been wrapped up in all this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who are you exactly, Mio? Oh, well, the truth is, I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. Huh? You mean you can learn that kind of stuff like you would with flower arranging? I had quite the eventful childhood. Oh, that sounds like it must have been tough. Yes, it would take a long time to explain, so let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as the apprentice, or maybe like assistant, to a notable paranormal expert, wink wonk. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and put a stop to it before it happens. Wow, that's amazing! So it's like a part-time job you do while being a student? Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's all part of my training, so I don't get any money. Oh, you've got it rough then. But still, that really is amazing. You were so cool when you faced off against the evil spirit. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyways, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school, and why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head to school. Yeah. Oh, do you have your curse stone? Now that it's daytime and its power is diminished, I should be able to hold on to it. Want to give it a try? Right. I do have it, but... Yako... Is it really so wrong trying to bring Michio back, I mean? I can't approve of it. The ride may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of other people, then... Yeah, true. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. That's what I believe, and what I'll put before anything else. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Yako. I promise I won't use the curse no matter what. What? Maybe there's some other way. I just have this feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I'll help you. Even if it's to stop the curses. For the Michio that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Okay. But if you ever feel like you're in danger, you can give me the curse stone at any point. Right. Thank you, Mio. Okay then. Let's go. Candy Shop Sonoya. Nice little family business. Dolma. Space in the back, Christmas Eve when checking out. Damn. They're on the decline. Huh? I thought it unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Oh, whoops. I'll go ask. Thanks. This isn't good. Huh? What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay. Mr. Janoichi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. I don't know this either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. What? There's no way. Why? Could it be because of the curse? We don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Janoichi's body was in the middle of the ground, but his body was covered in bruises, like he'd fallen from somewhere high. We heard. Taking into account his unnatural death and the timing, it's very unlikely it had something to do with the curses. It's very likely it had something to do with the curses. You're saying someone used a curse on him last night? It seems like it, doesn't it? But that's so scary! Yeesh. So the curses really do kill people. And someone used it! Shh. Keep your voice down, okay? What would happen if another curse bearer heard you? Sorry. Fucking dead. I have a bad feeling about what happened. I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance. That person over there. It's Hitomi. Isn't that Hitomi Okura? You're right. That's unusual. Oh, but she was at the school last night too. She must know something about Mr. Janoichi. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, Mio! Wait for me! Huh. So you're telling me the two of you were the ones at school last night? No sense hiding it then. Plus I owe you one, Mio. Tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Oh, yeah. Right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Oh, exorcisms. Huh. So that's what it was. Did you hear about Mr. Janoichi? Heard about it. I've known about it since last night. I saw that asshole biting on the school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What exactly happened? Don't really know myself. It was pitch black. What I can tell you, it was almost dawn, probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden, ran out on the ground like something was chasing him, then screamed, "Ah! Somebody help me! Forgive me, Michio!" Or something like that while he was running around. Michio? He mentioned Michio? Was there anyone else out on the grounds? It was too dark to see from where I was. But just for a second, I think I saw a girl in a school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh? I didn't go out to make sure, so it could have been nothing for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life like, "I was wrong! And I'll do anything!" Then all of a sudden, his arms and legs stopped. Even though he was just standing there. His arms and legs broke without anything being done to him. He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I'd better get out of there. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. A girl with braids. I see. But from what you told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Janoichi and killed him. Hell if I know anything about that. I'm just telling you what I heard him say. Did you tell that story to the police? Nope, and I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. ACAB. Not like they believe such an insane story anyways. Right. Well, there must be at least one person the police were trusting, right? Yeah, I guess. There was this one cop who always got on my case about stuff. Oh man, she doesn't know he died? Oh, okay, never mind. She does. Okay. Well, I guess there's no cops left to be trusted. But he died just the other day. Oh, he did? I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. You've got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Huh? It wasn't? Yeah, this was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though, I'm sure that was hard enough for you. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Hey, Mio? I've been thinking something. The way she described it reminded me of something. The way Mr. Janoichi died. It sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course, I didn't see it myself, but the state Michio's body was in, it was like she had fallen from high up. Could they have been killed by the same curse? Yeah, that's the thing. The curses weren't active yet. I don't think so. The curses of the Seven Mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. And if we can trust what the Spirit Board said, then Michio died in an accident. Oh, right. You told me, last night, before you witnessed Mr. Janoichi collapse. Can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom? You gonna tell the cops? Oh, right. With everything that happened with Mr. Janoichi. They'll suspect you. We told him we saw you with him that night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all the shitty adults started to jump into conclusions. I understand. I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill them anyways. If you say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So last night, that piece of shit Jinochi called me over here, acting like he was gonna attack me or something. What? How terrible. Whatever. I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when he doesn't know shit about them. That asshole was the one always acting like scum, if you ask me. Is that so? Could you tell us in more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? It's hard to explain. Where to start? What did you mean by Mr. Jinoichi acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? You know Michio Shiraishi, right? The girl who killed herself? Huh? Michio? I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. And he was using it to blackmail her, call her up after school and make her do whatever he wanted. What? What do you mean when you say whatever he wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination. Nothing that a couple model students like you would ever get involved in. No way, that's... Ow! What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I not have known about this? Yako, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. You got guts acting like you were her friend. Shonoji really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. She probably felt she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. No, how terrible. He told me, how do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go to when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him, asking what he was doing. Walked in on it? I couldn't just leave her alone, looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. She probably figured I wasn't the type to spread that shit around. But she never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine and to keep it a secret. Michio, why? She probably thought she just had to grit her teeth till it was through. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if you give guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying about how it was her punishment. She was soft. No. Of course, Jinochi didn't change. He kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them, but that's as much as I was involved. And then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. He told me, if you knew about it, then why didn't you? You trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Yako, there's no point blaming, he told me. Michio, why? Did you hear what this dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long? The dick probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been doing. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person than meets the eye, you know? There must be some reason. Dunno. Got nothing to do with me. He told me, were you possessed by some kind of evil spirit? I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep. Some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated as they struggle to relate to the people around them. They also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations, even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works, huh? Do people also have their personality taken over when possessed too? It is possible with spirits to have a very close relationship to their target, like siblings or a parent and child. But you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. It's when the two parties aren't in sync that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seances or whatever you see on TV are all bogus? Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call. Though there are people on TV who are just spouting out putting on a performance. Huh. There are people in life, an extremely powerful sense, or a deep connection with a person. Even when they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even if they could, it'd only be enough to pressure them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with. But if that's the case, wouldn't you not know if you're choosing that behavior of your own will or not? Hence, there are a lot of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Though the spirit may influence the behavior and memories of the host, the deeper their connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. I see. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? It must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, he told me. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. The same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yako. I bet you could see them too with a little training. I think I may pass. So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up all of a sudden, saying she was gonna exercise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? You see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. Huh. I guess that makes sense. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Janoichi. She did have a reason to hate him after all. No way. You mean that really was a ghost? Like, for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it'd usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. But it's possible they could possess someone close to them to act on those lingering regrets. Huh. Wonder if that's what happened. Alright. Then, supposing what the spirit board said is true, and Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. if she really hadn't given up on the living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she killed herself. So last night, how did it start? Oh, right. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Yazda Gardens a couple of days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all. Real rough guy, but good at looking out for folks. So he was the only one I could talk to. Oh, so there was someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Oh, another thing. One time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me that she was like me when she was my age and she was on my side. It must have been a terrible loss for her too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she might be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. Oh no. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to that park. Then, he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day, he called me over like usual, but something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something. Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favor too. That was pretty unusual. A favor? What kind of favor? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. Is this a goddamn curse? What is that? A talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. But that wasn't all. Then he told me that he wanted to look for a talisman Michio Shiraishi had that looked like this one. What? Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had a special talisman or something. So, did she actually have a curse before the rites began? No way! That makes things so complicated. But apparently, Michio always avoided the subject. A talisman that Michio had. He knew that I knew her, so that's why he asked me, he said. Could there have been something that Michio couldn't even tell the police about? I know things at home were a little complicated. Oh shit, wrong person. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Janochi was doing to her. Hard to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. And I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio, what is it that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi just didn't have his eye on Michio, but a talisman too. After she died, he didn't know where it ended up. That's strange. So since I knew it from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the two talismans? I wonder why he gave it to you. Hell if I know. When I looked inside, it was just a weird kind of grimy scrap of wood. So you looked inside it? But from the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. To be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass. I figured he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that. Yeah, he even said to me, If anything happens to me, take those 2 talismans. Give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Knowing what I know now, he probably felt that something was going to happen to him. Damn, we don't know that guy yet. Nakagoshi. Do you know him, Mio? No, I've just heard the name, I think. So there really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief, at least. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. He told me. Yeah? That talisman. Would you mind if I had to look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Uh-oh. Okay. Damn it. So last night you were looking for the talisman Michio had? Yeah. And I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about a talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it right now. Come to the school tonight. He even gave me the code to the lock on the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he used it for secret meetings before. Yuck. I can only imagine. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night. But nothing he said made any sense. Like that I was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it's my fault and that if only I hadn't been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Were you okay? Yeah, that's right when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Chinochi was freaking out. Oh my gosh. Good thing you got away. So it's really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterward, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and old man Ashimiya talking. And then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also why I saw Jinochi come back outside and bite it. I see. So you're only here to look for Michio's talisman. And that's all I know. Happy? I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure. Thank you, he told me. Oh, and if you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Oh, can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right. I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Here's the phone number. Thanks. We'll call her if we need to talk with you. And, what is it? You're easy to talk to than I imagined. I was kinda scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up. You were the one avoiding me. How cute. Anyway, catch you later. And don't die out there, okay? Thanks. We'll be careful. Damn. I kind of suspected, like, that was what was happening with Michio, but I didn't want it to be true. I'm kind of starting to see, like, what happened to him last night. But I'll wait until they reveal it. Alright then. You got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Jinoichi was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bear at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yes. The curse echo we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Jinoichi seemed to be different. The people in the school at the time, other than us, were Mr. Janoichi, he told me an old man Ashimiya, who you ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person. He told me he saw a girl in a school uniform with braids. From what he told me was saying, it doesn't seem like... from what he told me was saying, it doesn't seem like she's one. Mr. Janoichi is pretty suspicious, though. If he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right. That's why I say there are multiple. Oh, right. The person who killed Mr. Janoichi would have to be one, too. Which means it must either be the mysterious girl or old man Ashimiya? Yeah. We should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Janoichi thought it was Michio who was attacking him has me wondering. Of course I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but... Oh, I just remembered. I saw Mr. Araishi outside the main gate last night. You did? It's likely he's involved with the curses given he's the one doing research on the rite of resurrection. So, we'll have to be careful, old man Ashimiya and Mr. Araishi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers will be hostile, but... As for what to do now, I'd like to find out who is responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set this off, and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. Huh. That makes sense. In which case, next we should do... what exactly? We'll need to talk with Mr. Araishi. He definitely knows something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help out in any way I can. But the school is closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading someplace someone may know where he is. Where to go then? Holy shit. That is a lot. Was not prepared for so many options. Let's go back to the school. Let's check out the places we've been to before. (9 a.m.) This should be the time when the cops come by. And so, Miyokuro Suzu and Yaku Sakazaki decide on their next location to investigate. Is it telling me to go back? This freaking music, dude. The vibe is so different. There they are! We did it! Here we are. Komagata High School. Classes are suspended for the day, so the students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. I gotta click on all these again. Okay. It's time. Huh? That's... Boss, what is it? You want to talk to those girls? I do. Yeah, I do. This is divine intervention. We were brought here for a reason. Come on, Ariel. What? Oh shit, autopsy. Or not autopsy, the scene of the crime. Hey, aren't you... You must be that high schooler skirting around child labor laws who I've heard so much about. Say that again? Sorry about that. He's with me. Okay. That was definitely like the wrong speaker. I feel like sometimes like they have like the wrong speaker. That was Susumi talking. Sorry about that. He's with me. That makes more sense. Anyways. Mr. Susumi, if that's how you feel, maybe you should look into improving my working conditions. I'd prefer not to work for free, to be honest. Don't you worry about that. If you help us out, you can have whatever you want. Boss's treat. Wait. Really? Thank you so much. I've always wanted to go to a fancy sushi place. Oh yeah, like one of those places in Ginza? I've never been. Let's go. We got ourselves a deal, right boss? The girls are at our service. Hold now. What just happened? I never said I'd. Sushi. Looking forward to it, boss. Wait, since when were you included? You guys are funny. You should do stand-up. Alright. Fuck this guy. Damn it, Ariel. Yeah. This Mio girl is more important than she looks. She can actually investigate this area. What's all that rope about? It indicates where Janoichi's body was found. They moved his body, but this way, we still have an idea about how it was found. Yikes. That's a little gross. You can even see how his arms and legs are all... Yeah. Cool it, Ariel. You're scaring me. This kind of stuff is a little much for a kid. Hey, I'm pretty sure she only asked because you were staring at it so intently. Alright, that's enough. Mio, what do you think? I knew it the second I looked at the scene. You're right. Traces of a curse still linger here. I figured as much. Does that mean Janoichi was killed by one of the curses of the Seven Mysteries? Yes. A strong curse like that always leaves behind a trace. That's so convenient to be able to figure that out. Wow, Mio, you're so calm. Are you used to this kind of thing? I wouldn't say I'm used to it. It just comes with experience, I guess. No. I've heard some stories about you. Didn't you investigate a gruesome scene where someone had been killed by a paranormal attack without even breaking a sweat? Stop it, Mr. Susumi. He's gonna get the wrong idea. Whoa, that's amazing! Mio, you're a professional. You think? Totally. You're cool even in the face of death. That's awesome. When you put it like that, I'm not sure how awesome it is. This is one hell of a coincidence, huh? That this random girl you know is already involved with the case. Old boss's protege. So how much have you been able to figure out? Well, I know what happened around midnight last night. Someone involved in the Feast of Shadows, which boosts the power of curses, then brought forth the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. That allows even those who do not have the power to cast curses and to gather soul gems with the right of resurrection. At least that's my hypothesis. Sounds about right so far. As I'm sure you know, there are actually 9 mysteries, not 7. When the Feast of Shadows was cast, the curse stones appeared before those who wanted the right at the locales of the 7 mysteries. You managed to gather 3 cursed stones so far, including the one I got first, the Evergreen Beach. You got 3 already? Wow. We have the cursed stone of the Fool's Possession. Well, Yako, the girl standing behind me, does. That's me! Yako, the girl standing behind Mia. She does. Is she alright? We could take it off your hands. Well, the Feast of Shadows has no effect during the day, and there's still something I want to find out. Alright. I'll leave the Fool's Possession with you two then. It sounds like such a bad idea, but okay, sure, why not? Thank you. Please keep collecting the other cursed stones. I'll be looking for a way to stop the Feast of Shadows. Okay, got it. That should make things go more smoothly. What about the other cursed bears? Have you run into any of them? Well, last night at school... You were here last night? Yes, you see. Huh. You two were using a spirit board? That's so cool. So that's when you ran into the cursed echo. I'm glad you survived the encounter. Somehow, we managed to get away without accidentally setting it off. The cursed echo we saw took the shape of a woman missing an arm and a leg. What? A woman missing an arm and a leg? That's the one-sided read. This is bad. Huh? Well, what's so bad about that one? You idiot, think! The curse bearer of the one-sided read is... Fumichika Najima! He admitted it himself! That's his curse! Oh, that's right. But wait, if that's the case... Najima might have been here last night! What? I mean, it's possible he was lying to us, but... What? Who's Najima? No clue. It's best that these girls don't know. Or maybe it's... Actually, maybe it would be better if they knew, so then they'd be able to protect themselves. I don't know. So Najima is trying to take advantage of the Feast of Shadows for his own nefarious purposes. Huh? He said he's going to massacre the city at sundown today? And he's trying to get to your daughter too? That's why we've been trying to find him, but to no avail. Honestly, this information has been the most useful we've gotten so far. So, just to be sure, could you tell me who else was at the school last night? Well, as far as we know, it was us, Mr. Janoichi, and one of our classmates. He told me. Don't forget old man Ashimiya. Wait, he told me. Do you mean he told me Okuda? This is a second-year student. Well, yes. Why? Boss! So she was here last night. I saw he told me earlier, though, and she didn't seem like a curse bearer to me. You did? Did you talk to her? Yes. Would you mind if we asked you a few questions about that? He told me said she didn't want to talk to police because she was afraid she'd become a suspect. So I can't tell you anything unless you swear you won't drag her into this. Ah, I see. Don't worry. This is about a different matter. A different matter? You mean about that police officer, Mr. Yoshimi? You know about that? He told me say something about him. Yes, she did, actually. He told me did say that Mr. Yoshimi entrusted her with something. He did? What was it? Yoshimi gave her a talisman? Yes. Apparently he also asked her to look for another one just like it. One that Michio had. What kind of talismans could they be? Boss? doesn't ring a bell. But if Yoshimi was talking about him with his dying breath, they must have been pretty important. Did they find a talisman on Michio where her body was found? I'll check, but if they did, Yoshimi would have had plenty of time to retrieve it before he died. Right. Would you consider giving us Hitomi's contact information? I'd like to talk to her about this talisman. I'm not sure. She never opened up to anyone except Mr. Yoshimi. I'm no good, huh? I was friends with Yoshimi, though. You don't seem like too bad of a guy. Not all that... You don't seem like too bad of a guy. Not all that scary for a cop. But I doubt that'll be enough for her. She really doesn't want to end up becoming a suspect. To be honest, she was even a bit wary about us. Well then. Do you think she talked to Yoshimi's fiancé? Haven't they met before? Oh, they have. She told us about that. Yes, she might be willing to talk to her. Alright, then we better find her fast. You haven't been able to reach her? That's a little worrying. Mayu Chozawa. We'll let you know as soon as we manage to contact her. Okay, I'll be willing to give Hitomi's contact information to her. Alright, one more thing. Hitomi told me that Mr. Yoshimi gave her instructions in the event that something happened to him. He told her to give the talisman to Mr. Nakagoshi from the police headquarters. What? So it was a Nakagoshi case. Why would Yoshimi tell her that? Could you check on that? I will, but I don't know if they'll pick up when I call. Is he with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau? Well, yes. Nakagoshi's a chief, but he's almost never in, so I don't really know the guy. To be honest, I'm not even sure if he exists or if he's just a figurehead. I've never spoken to him myself. All of Paranormal Affairs cases are referred to as Nakagoshi cases. Jeez, what's up with that? An amulet he told me he was looking for. Maybe the missing puzzle piece to this mystery. If we're talking about people who were at school last night, there was one more person, though I'm not too clear on the details. There was someone else? Apparently, he told me saw Mr. Janochi getting cursed and killed last night. What? Talk about some vital information. What he said happened was... Michio was the one who killed Mr. Janoichi? Are you sure it was really Michio that she saw? Well, that's what she told me. I wasn't there. That must mean there was another curse bearer here last night. Janochi was killed by a curse, so someone had to have been there, whether it was Michio or not. Damn, boss. Do you really think it could have been Michio's ghost? I mean, based on what we heard, she does have plenty of reasons to be vengeful. Calm down. Just because the paranormal exists, doesn't mean just anything is possible. But still possible that Nejima is behind Janoichi's death. But what about Hitomi's story? About this janitor. Ashimiya, was it? How old is he? Do you know how long he's worked there? Huh? Why are you so interested in him all of a sudden? I only just transferred to this school though, so I have no idea. He's around 50 years old. He came to our school about half a year ago. No one knows what he did before, so there are all kinds of rumors about him. I see. Thanks, I think I'm starting to get a better picture of all this. Huh? Listen up. but it's not uncommon for former prisoners to work under an alias after their release. The notoriety attached to their former name can get in the way of proper rehabilitation, you see. What are you... No way! Ariel, have the police officers apprehend the janitor. He worked a night shift, so he still might be in the overnight room. Yes, right away. Boss, bad news. Apparently the room's been empty all morning. Sounds like they've been looking to question Ashimiya too, but they couldn't find him anywhere. Of course. No. That all but confirms it. Just one more thing to check. Are there any photos of this Ashimiya? The old man seriously hated his picture getting taken. He'd always avoid it. Ariel, call an urgent search for Makoto Ashimiya. We can't let him get away. Yes, sir. I'll contact HQ right away. Well, fuck. Oh my. I didn't expect this at all. Yeah. How could that old man have been some horrible criminal mastermind? I can't believe it. And a curse bearer on top of that. To think he was so close to this whole time. It gives me chills. A guy like that really shouldn't have been allowed to work at a high school. Let's hope it isn't already too late. Oh. I may have shown Ashimiya my curse stone last night. What? I don't like this one bit. Nejima did say he wasn't specifically targeting curse bearers, but I'm glad nothing happened to you. Wait, but then could it have been old man Ashimiya who attacked you in the hallway? I almost told him that you were still in the building too. What? You did? Yikes. Good thing I didn't say anything. You might have gotten very lucky there, kid. This is too much. I hope they find him soon. Come on, long arm of the law. Help us. Zabonio. To put a stop to the Feast of Shadows. It would help if I knew more about how the curses of these 7 mysteries first came about. In that case, you're probably best off talking to that crabby researcher guy. You mean Mr. Oraishi? I would very much like to talk to him. Alright, he's a teacher here too, isn't he? You would know him already. He might be more inclined to talk if it's one of his students doing the asking. Do you know where he is? We do. We tried to talk to him, but he refused to cooperate. But you two should give it a try. He's at the usual cafe, working on his papers. The cafe? Oh, Kurokikyo Cafe in Kamizawa. Thanks. We'll head there. We'll head over there right now. School rules say we're not allowed to go to cafe, so what? What kind of school rule is that? Don't worry about it. I'll allow it. Thank you. Huh? That's all it takes? Yeah, what the fuck? Just his word? Okay. There must be a mastermind behind everything. Someone who orchestrated all this for a reason. I want to find out why. Okay, time to talk to Yako. What was that thing you mentioned about Michio earlier? Something about a grudge? Did you know anything about her? What's your relation? I'm her friend. I was actually planning to resurrect her at first. Oh, I see. We gained quite a lot of information from you two. It's only fair we share as well. Tell her, Ariel. Alright. Keep in mind that this is just a theory, though. Okay. After re-examining the crime scene, Yoshimi concluded that Michio's death wasn't a suicide, but a vehicular collision. Wait, what? An accident? Being hit by a speeding truck or van would have resulted in similar injuries. The investigation was ordered by Yoshimi, so it seems he had his doubts about it being a suicide. What? A van? Speeding? Yako, what's wrong? Are you okay? Ah! A van. There's a young man in the driver's seat. A woman? Yes. Wait, what was I? Are you back now? How do you feel? You're covered in sweat. Yeah, I'm okay. I think. Sorry, I went a little crazy there. It's no problem, as long as you're okay. That was quite the surprise, though. I don't like the look of that. I don't like what just happened. What? Yoshimi talked to you about Michio, didn't he? Well, he didn't give me any specifics, if you're wondering about that. So, I don't know what was truly on Michio's mind, either. Right. Do you have any idea why Jinoichi was so scared of Michio? Well, about that, I'm not sure exactly how to put this, but... I see. Well, I have expected it was something like that. Thank you for telling me. Sorry, it's hard to explain. I wonder what he got his hands on to be able to blackmail her like that. Michio, what happened? Scene of the crime update. Hey boss, Forensics is calling. I'll go see what they have to say. Sure, thanks. Boss, they found this on the ground a short distance away from the scene. What's that? Oh, ribbon. Yeah, the kind you use to tie up your hair. What? I've seen that ribbon before. You have? Go on then. That's the ribbon Michio used to always wear. What? Doesn't that mean Michio was here? Are you sure? Definitely. I have the same one at home. We bought them together. That has to be hers. Then, did she come back to life somehow? Nah, I think I know what's going on here. But how? If I was Michio and I came back to life, where would I go? That's the question. She got her revenge on Jinoichi, but she may have more revenge to dish out. Is there anyone else she'd have a grudge against? Well, what about the guy who killed her in the collision? If she really did come back to life, then it's terribly sad that she's spending her new chance at life like this. Being obsessed with revenge is such a tragic way to live. I'm afraid that's all we can tell you. Don't worry. You're a big help. Thank you. We should start our search for Nejima and Mayu Tozawa. It might be worth it to check Michio's house as well, just in case. Let's use the school as our base of operations. If anything happens, go to one of the officers hanging around here. Got it. Thank you and good luck. We'll go talk to Mr. Araishi about a way to lift this curse. Alright, boss. Let's get going whenever you're ready. Holy crap, my nose is like so stuffy. Give me a second. I swear, I feel like blowing your nose doesn't help. I'm still so stuffy. I read the whole thing with my nose like plugged up. Anyways, guess that's just what I gotta live with. Hell yeah, welcome in, Yamian. Yeah, the song for like this for the old man is so good. It only plays in his route. Welcome, welcome. Alright. Time to talk to this creep. I'm so surprised. Like, how come high schoolers aren't allowed to go to cafes? Cafes are like quite popular among young people. Anyway. 12 p.m. Damn, that conversation took 3 hours. Oh, there's a sticker. You know, normally, you'd be breaking school rules just by stepping foot in a cafe. I'd be hot water if you lied about having permission from the police, remember that. Hello, Noe, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being first to the stream, and thank you for the head pat, thank you for the stretch, and the hydration. I really appreciate it. I do need it, thank you. Hope you're having a great morning. Yo! Okay. Anywho. We know, it'll be okay. So, what did you want to ask me? Cafe, I've never been to one before. How exciting. It's pretty smelly inside because of the cigarette smoke, but... Oh, I guess that might be why. Because cigarette smoke is like, just... normal around here. How's the game going? I'm going good. I'm just like, my nose is like really stuffy right now, so it's bothering me. But besides that, I'm doing well. The game's going great. Getting closer to solving the mystery. Opening new doors. Sparring Sparrow Bros. Hell yeah. Okay. Yako, if you would. Right. We wanted to ask you about this. Oh my. A curse stone. An Okame mask. That must mean the fool's possession. You two were at the school last night. Damn! There of all places. Yako, you're one of them. You're a curse bearer. Please calm down, Mr. Araishi. Your reaction is too intense. It's kind of scaring me. Sorry about all that. I'm afraid I got ahead of myself. What is it you wanted to know about your curse stone? What would be the best way to approach this? Well, this guy is obviously someone who melts from like compliments and stuff. He seems like he doesn't have like a too big of a self-esteem, so let's get his ass. It's just a brilliant teacher like you must know an awful lot about those curse stones. Well, it's true that I'm likely the person most well-versed in this matter. You're the only one we can count on, Mr. Raishi. Won't you help us? Please? Oh, am I now? In that case, there's no harm hearing what you have to ask. Make it feel nice and then we punch him? Yeah, we'll punch him after we get our information. He's a bit of a cheeky asshole. Thank you. Let's see. Why is everything with the Rite of Resurrection and Seven Mysteries Curse Stones happening now? Oh, taken an interest now that you've received one of the curses, have you? You sound like a researcher, starting your questioning with your subject's origins. Mr. Araishi, you're not the one who triggered the curse, are you? No, I'm afraid I had nothing to do with that. Rather, I wasn't even attempting to do so in the first place. Completing the rite itself has nothing to do with my research. Then, do you know the ancient Onmyodo ritual, known as the Feast of Shadows? What is that? Something from the occult? Miss Kurosuzu, you look like the type to be interested in those things, but it's outside of my field of expertise. In that case, why do you think the rite and curses have appeared now? I believe this is the intentional work of someone. It's certainly not something that would happen by accident. Why is it you want to know? Oh, hey V! Welcome. Thank you for the head pat. Well, he may not tell us anything else. We have to say we're trying to stop the curse. We need to make something up. Right. That's our only option? Okay. This is so silly. Well, you see, we just have such intellectual curiosity and think it could really help your research. I see. Now that you mention it. Seems like he's reluctant to answer. Then how about... then what does that record of fates that you've been researching say about the Rite of Resurrection? Oh, I see. That's what you want to know. Allow me to first elucidate you regarding the author of the Record of Fates. A special privilege, I might add, since I have yet to publish this in a paper. He looks like he has a face app on him, like the face app filter. His shiny teeth. Yeah, okay. The Record of Fates was written 200 years ago in the latter half of the Edo period. It was written by skilled but little known onmyoji called Seiman Suchi Mikado. This is important stuff. If nothing else, remember this. Seiman Suchi Mikado. I've never heard of him. I'm sure you haven't. Who was born into a famed onmyoji family but split away to practice forbidden arts in secret. He used whatever name was most convenient for the situation, so his real name barely exists in records. Or so it is written in the Record of Fates. As brilliant as Seiman was, he was also an eccentric. He delved into researching the Rite of Resurrection, a legendary forbidden ritual that had never been completed. However, by involving himself with this forbidden ritual, he is expelled from his family and eventually found himself in Honjo in Edo. The Record of Fates are the writings Seiman recorded on the road to Edo. I see. So he wrote how to perform the ritual itself? The Rite of Resurrection makes use of Abe no Seimei's specialty, the Taizan Fukan ritual, which a means of communicating with the afterlife. I know Abe no Seimei. It uses soul dregs to replicate the soul of a dead spirit that has been called. Oh wow. I never knew something like that existed. Thus it is thought the only ones who can use it are those with the ability to turn human souls into soul dregs in the first place. So the Rite of Resurrection calls for that ritual to be formed in advance. Then, when the soul dregs are gathered and infused with the wish of whoever it is performing the ritual, it can be completed. The contents written in the Record of Fates end there. There's no more? What about the Seven Mysteries or the Cursed Stones? There's nothing written about them in the Record of Fates. The Cursed Stones are separate from the Rite of Resurrection. The curse is one used to enable one who is unable to perform such rituals to be able to use the rite. That's similar to what Mio said, actually. Onmyoji, let's go! Excuse me, Mr. Araishi? What is it, Miss Kuro Suzu? You published a theory before the incident took place. It is said that the Rite of Resurrection and origin of the Seven Mysteries of Honjo are related somehow. What proof did you have of that? You really know your stuff. But about that, that was a somewhat sensationalized piece written for occult magazines. Oh, really? It was just nonsense then? Not exactly. Rather, it's not a complete fabrication. There is basis for it. And that is, well, I suppose there's no harm telling a couple of students so passionate about this topic. Thank you. This is something I discovered from referencing numerous texts unrelated to the Record of Fates. It was just after Seiman arrived in Honjo. There are records of a conflict over a ritual used to resurrect the dead in Honjo. A conflict over resurrecting the dead. I don't know the details. A man enticed the public with claims of a spell that could resurrect the dead, causing a conflict that ended tragically with 9 dead. That is the only remaining reference. 9 people. 9 lives, fighting over a resurrection ritual. I call this tragedy the Honjo incident, and has long been a subject of my research. And I suspect that this Honjo incident might be the very origin of the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. So what you're saying is, the resurrection ritual at the root of the Honjo incident is Seimen's rite of resurrection? Yes, that is how the record of fates ties everything together. Holy crap, I've actually never seen this emote. Is that like brand new? To put it in chronological order, first Seimen brought the rite of resurrection to Edo. We can assume that by this point, Seimen was likely using a different name. Then in Honjo, 9 people fought to the death over this rite, the Honjo incident. After that, the incident was covered up by an interested party, preventing it from fully being recorded in history fully. Eventually, it was passed down in incomplete pieces, becoming known as the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. The Honjo mysteries involving Honjo? Yes, indeed! Welcome in, Chad. That's more or less the course of events. So that's how they're connected. Then, if I'm getting this right, the 7 mysteries are basically required to gather the soul gems necessary for the rite. And there's more. With this most recent occurrence of the curse, I've become even more confident in my theory. You are? Yes, the reason for it being the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries etched into those who received the cursed stones. Resentful memories. Yako, you really are a cursed bearer. Then when you obtained your cursed stone, you would have had a resentful memory imprinted in your mind. Oh, I did! Exactly. Those memories are what happened in the final moments of the 9 who died in the Honjo incident. Broadly speaking, they involve dying while bearing some kind of deep resentment. The 9 victims became the 9 curse echoes, which over time came to be spoken of as the 7 mysteries. Thus gathering the resentful memories granted by the present curses and connecting them together, it revealed once and for all what happened during the Honjo incident. Huh. That's why you must tell me about the resentful memory of a fool's possession, Yako. Mio, should I? Yeah, I think it's okay. We need all the information we can get. Okay, Mr. Araishi, I'll tell you about the memory of the fool's possession. Excellent. So basically, it's about a woman who died falling from a Yakura tower at a festival. Interesting. It's not that one then. Not that one? What do you mean? Among the 9 victims of the Honjo incident, that is to say, the 9 curse echoes, one of them is Seiman himself. Or so I suspect. Huh? Seiman was one of the victims of the Honjo incident too? Meaning, an Onmyoji as powerful as him also became a curse echo? Right. It would make sense that a cursed stone tied to a cursed echo like that would be special. The power of a cursed stone is different based on the cursed echo. Mio! Then maybe with Seiman's cursed echo we could... Yes, we may be able to settle this whole situation. Hey! What are you two whispering about? Oh, nothing. Sorry. Mr. Araishi, how many of the resentful memories have you gathered so far? I have learned a number of them. The Evergreen Beach, the Foot-Washing Mansion, the Ever-Burning Lantern, and now the Fool's Possession makes 4. Of course, the most important are the Foot-Washing Mansion and the Evergreen Beach. What are they about? First, the foot washing mansion. An Onmyoji appears distinctly in this one. Really? But not Seiman, I'm afraid. A female Onmyoji who sought the right to resurrection due to her obsession with her personal appearance. Her legs, which she had always taken pride in, were stricken with corruption after she was defeated by Seiman. Her curse echo is notable for being particularly easy to fulfill the requirements necessary to use a curse. That detective did well to escape this one. So a female Onmyoji and the rival of Seiman was involved in the Honjo incident. That certainly is interesting. We're totally not thinking about doing a bird on you as a tier. No, we would never. I swear. Next, the Evergreen Beach. This curse echo is from a craftsman of Nesuke carvings named Jinkichi, who was hanged for spreading baseless rumors. He apparently spoke of something that granted the ability to bring back the dead. The right of resurrection. Precisely. This man Jinkichi must have been in contact with Seiman. If I could just collect all the memories, everything will be revealed and the truth of the 7 mysteries will be mine. That is the knowledge I desire. Meaning you need to gather as much information as you can from the curse bearers. Precisely. I have an agreement to exchange information with those detectives, but they might not even find the other curse bearers, so I must take measures of my own. Another thing. Yes? You never really finished about what the trigger for all this was. Well, I don't know. Really? You're not hiding something from us, are you? It has something to do with how you obtained the Record of Fates, right? How did you really get a hold of the Record of Fates? To tell you the truth, we're in a race against time. It could be a disaster if we don't hurry. What are you talking about? Someone left a warning that at sundown today, they would use a curse to kill a lot of people. The one who left that message is the culprit behind the Neshima murders from 20 years ago. What? Something so terrible will happen. I won't allow potentially hundreds of people to become victims of a curse. I'll do anything in my power to stop it. Mr. Arashi, please, tell us everything you know. I'm sorry, but I truly don't know anything. The truth is, I was given the Record of Fates by a woman. A woman? Well, her voice sounded like a woman's, but I didn't actually see what she looked like. 1 month ago, while I was investigating a night, I suddenly heard a formless voice. A woman's voice. It said, I entrust you with this ancient manuscript and the right of resurrection held within its pages. Spread rumors of this ritual as far and wide as you can in the coming month. And before I knew it, an old document had fallen at my feet. 1 month. She specified the time period? How suspicious. I was told if I did that, I could study the manuscript as much as I pleased. I wanted so badly to verify its authenticity, I ended up accepting. I haven't heard anything from the voice since then. It must have had you spread rumors in order to strengthen the power of the curse, to tie together the curse and the desire to seek out the ritual. This makes it likely that the owner of the voice is the mastermind behind all of this. Hence, I went public with the Record of Fates. Hihaku and occult magazines immediately jumping at the news was a financial boon for me. Hihaku? As in, Hihaku soaps. Right, I mean, no, that's not important, just some personal business. After that, I waited, trying to predict what would occur in a month's time. That's when the curse began. Those are all the details I have. Very well, I've told you this much. I may as well give you one more thing. Thank you. What might that be? About Seimon's record of fates. There is a sort of continuation of it. Another document called the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll. A continuation. Actually, a section written in Seimon's own hand was appended to the manuscript, according to which, after the Honjo incident, Seimon lamented such a calamity taking place. He apparently wrote the addendum for the event that the tragedy became its own curse. It seems he had an idea that the victims of the Honjo incident would turn into curse echoes and be used to gather soul dregs. It supposedly details how to handle any trouble that occurs as a result of the rite of resurrection. Really? Hold on a second. Don't you find that strange? What's the matter, Miss Sakazaki? You think my information inaccurate. If Seimon died in the Honjo incident, he couldn't have written an addendum. You really don't get it, do you? Huh? Am I wrong? Have you forgotten the ability Seimon possessed? Of course not. He could use the right to wrestle. Oh. You're telling me Seimon used it on himself? The rite of resurrection can be carried out in advance, so that it activates when the soul dregs are gathered together. Then is it not possible that Seimon himself was resurrected by the rite after it all took place? Would he still have to collect the soul dregs needed to use the rite? Yes, and that's why they died. The 8 others besides Seimon. What? Oh god. They died in the Honjo incident? For their soul checks? That sounds like it's the same as what's happening now. That's why I need the resentful memories. To learn the truth. My voice is dying. I get it now. The issue at hand is that the Yin Scroll and the Record of Fates were supposed to have been passed down as a set. When I received the Record of Fates, the Yin Scroll was gone. Only this information was left. Supposedly, Seimon's blood descendants guarded it as they passed it down across generations. It seems that over their long history, the 2 documents became separated and the scroll's location lost as the family line branched. Seimon had descendants, so there's someone out there related to him by blood even now. Yes, in fact, I've tried to trace their line as far as I could. He wasn't a well-known Omyoji to begin with, so a detailed family tree does not exist. It seems likely that the use of manuscript has been long forgotten, only being passed down out of tradition. And since they aren't even aware of what they have, tracking it down is quite tricky indeed. I wish I could ask whoever that voice belonged to about the Yin Scroll. I'm sure you do. So basically, in the Rite of Fate's Yin Scroll, Seimon himself wrote about ways to handle the curse and the rite, yes? Yes, that's right. I've been searching for it all this time, but I haven't found a single lead. So if you do find out anything about other resentful memories or Yin Scroll, tell me immediately. You owe me that much for telling you all this, do you not? That's the real extent of everything I know. Wow. It was actually really helpful. We learned a lot about the internet. So one of the characters in the story may be like a descendant of his. Hold on, I'm gonna blow my nose. I swear it didn't help, but whatever. Alright, I'm out of tea. Yes, I understand. Thank you for your help. If you bring me some useful information, I'll take it into consideration for your school grades as well. Oh, you. Oh, this guy. Alright, so that took an hour. Street. We've learned a lot. So to sum it up, there was a tragic incident with people cursing each other for the rite of resurrection in the Edo period as well. And the record of fate's Yin scroll may have info we want, since it details how to stop the rite. I think that's about it. Right. If we could just find the Yin scroll, we might be able to learn how to settle the situation. But even Mr. Araishi didn't have any leads on where it is. How do we start looking for it? Someone involved in this now must have some connection to it, I think. I have a feeling the mastermind who awakened the curses is involved too. Right. So, Mio, what are we gonna do next? Good question. It may be best to give the information we just learned to Inspector Susumi. We got a pretty big clue from hearing about the record of Fate's Yin Scroll. Mr. Susumi might know more about it. Should we go back to school then? Yeah, that's our point of contact after all. Whoever's behind that voice that gave Mr. Araishi the record of fates. That must be the mastermind, don't you think? Yeah, and he said it sounded like it belonged to a woman. Whoever it is, I bet they're scary. Huh? You don't sound like the Yako I know. Then let's catch them and make them spill the beans. I thought you'd say something like that. Really? I guess I'm not feeling that confident right now. I understand. I don't know if it's related to that woman behind the voice, but I'm also interested in the female Miyoji, who is a rival of Seimen. Oh, that reminds me, Mio. You know what's nearby here, don't you? Oh, you mean where Michio? Yeah. Where it happened? I was going there every day to leave flowers. Even though they always get cleared away anyways. I'm sure it must be hard to have to be reminded of Michio's death all the time. Oh, that reminds me. Yako? Yeah? When you asked me to do the spirit board 2 days ago, did you come here that day too? Yeah, I left some flowers before going to school. Why? Did anything seem different that day? What's this all of a sudden? Though, now that you mention it, that day, I suddenly felt lightheaded and ended up passing out a bit. But I came to right away and felt fine, so I didn't think anything of it. I see. That's all I was wondering about. Thanks. That must have been when it happened. When she passed out. Excuse me, you girls over there. Oh, fuck, it's him! Well, okay, I gave him such a deep voice. Fuck. Whoa! Shit, this guy's still relevant. Sorry. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but something you said caught my attention. And who might you be? I'm Yutaro Namigaki. I should probably tell you. Until yesterday, I was a curse bearer. That should clear things up. A curse bearer? Oh, you don't need to be scared. I've already given up the curse stone of the foot washing mansion. The foot washing mansion. So you're the one Inspector Susumi was talking about? Oh no, just a guy. Oh yeah, he's just a guy right now. Before he was a pain in the ass, but he's pretty pathetic at this moment. You already know Inspector Susumi? That makes it simple. There's nothing to worry about. Oh, hey. You're in the driver. No fucking way! He's the one that killed Michio. What? Him and his girlfriend. Yako? Yes. Oh, wait, what? Just now, was I doing something? Sorry. Mr. Namigaki, what might be the matter? Right. Actually, I wanted to discuss something with you two. Would you come with me if you have a little time? Discuss something? With us? I don't trust this guy one bit. You were talking about Michio Shiraishi, right? It's related to that. Huh? I'm sure you would learn a few things yourselves. If not now, later is fine. I'll be waiting around Ryogoku Bridge. Something rubs me the wrong way about this, but he mentioned Michio. What do we do? I don't trust him, so let's go talk to the police first. Sorry, but there's something we gotta take care of. We'll have to pass. Is that so? Well, that's too bad. I'm in no rush, so I'll be waiting at Ryogoku Bridge if you change your minds. I can't believe it. This guy was just a pathetic asshole, but he's gone like, just from like that one specific line, he's like leveled up to be a super mega awful douchebag. Ooh, we're blocked out. We can't even proceed. Okay. I was wondering like if we're gonna get to the hot single mom this stream. So I'm glad we have a chance to. I didn't wanna lie on my stream, so I think choosing to talk to police was the right option. Because I don't know what the hell he's gonna do. Life can be tough. Good morning, ma'am. How are you feeling? I'm fine. I hope we can make good progress today. How's your cursed stone looking? I haven't felt anything from it since sunrise. Interesting. It's possible that its powers can only be unleashed at night then. That aside, why are you so late this morning? There are unfortunately some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers. But I did get some research done in what limited time I had. Very well, let's talk. By the way, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. And what's that? Our current plan is to steal a curse stone that's already absorbed soul dregs, but I'm wondering if it would suffice to not steal, but Instead, negotiate with the curse bearer and have them use the right for our purposes. Oh? I mean, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible? So long as we offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you expect. You know, out of every character in this game, I've only seen the mom get fan art, which is like, I don't know, that's crazy to me. I've only seen her get fan art, so I'm really wondering, like, what sort of role is she gonna play, like, later on? Compensation. Cash, for instance. That wouldn't be off the table for a family as rich as the Shigimas, would it? Of course, why? Any amount would be fine if it get the job done. I won't let any monetary matters lead me to regrets, the way it did back with the ransom. Okay, with that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy. Do you have a curse bearer with whom we can negotiate in mind? Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul dregs. Did you see the news this morning? No, I haven't. Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in this area. They're yet to announce the identities of the bodies found, but they've been nicknamed the Honjo serial killings. That's garnered quite some attention on the streets. Oh my. Only 3? That's what I thought. Even if the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul dregs. And for what those curse stones are capable of, a mere 3 victims seems a little low. With this little activity all through the night, the curse bearers must be a cautious bunch. What's holding them back? Are we not all after the power of resurrection? There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone has gathered enough soul dregs yet. We might have to set up some bait to spur them into action. And then we offer them a deal. You think there's someone behind all this? You mentioned hearing an agonized voice telling you to kill when you first obtained the curse stone. That doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose, and they are likely after the rite of resurrection as well. So you're thinking this person is not one of the curse bearers? You've got a sharp mind, man. Though it might seem obvious for the mastermind to become a curse bearer and collect soul dregs if they are after the curse. That would be very risky, since as a curse bearer, they themselves would become a target. So it'd actually be more convenient for them if the curse bearers moved less aggressively. That's right, but despite that, they've been inciting the curse bearers to commit murders. Why? Let's consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul dregs themselves? You mean their intention was also to steal the souls, while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start? Sitting back and observing from the sidelines is the safer course of action. Which is why I figured it best for us to attempt the same strategy. So how should we do it? There's still reason to suspect the mastermind could be a curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whoever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind in making contact with the other curse bearers. How do you suppose we do so? At this point, all we can do is search. If there's a mastermind inciting curse bearers to collect soul dregs, can we be for sure there is even a rite of resurrection? Good question. The rite could be nothing but a myth, fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action. Seeing it might be for naught, but do you want to give up, ma'am? Never. Understood. After all, we'll never know the truth unless we see it ourselves. But we'll do it without using the curses ourselves. By the way, I met a few people who seemed to be like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them, but I only managed to get detailed information on 2. You're quick. I suppose that's to be expected from an investigator extraordinaire. I appreciate the flattery. First, there's Ayame Tono, the girl we talked to before. Though, she isn't a curse bearer herself. She's a student attending Tokyo University of Art. She currently lives alone in an apartment near Midoricho Park. It says T University, but my brain automatically filled it in as Tokyo. You even determined her address? You're not one to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire. I called every single university with ukiyo-e in the curriculum, pretending to be her parent. I went around to check on her place the way here. It doesn't seem like she returned home last night. I'm worried. She might have run into some trouble. Didn't you attempt to follow her last night? I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her. And here I thought you were investigator extraordinaire. I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She's planning to steal the cursed stones, just like us. It's best we act carefully around here. Oops. Next is a tall man who is dressed in black. I met him near Kinshicho. He stood out with the way he dressed. I managed to get some good information out of him. Impressive. What can I say? He works as a secretary to Hyaku Soap's chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yumioka. The Hyaku Soap's headquarters and factories are both located in Honjo, correct? Yes. They've been here for a while, but it's only in the past 10 years that the company has shown significant growth. I remember seeing the chairwoman on the news a few years back. She seems to be very shrewd. With the increase in sales, I assume she'd want her factories running at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of the factories with older equipment had to be shut down. That's right. Every 10 years ago, there were many complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the river. Most companies back then were more concerned with making a profit than protecting the environment. I wonder what a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night. On the way here, I stopped by the company's headquarters, but they hadn't started for the day. I should have better luck later. Let's hope you will. Perhaps they're interested in seeing if the rite would be beneficial for their product research into beauty and skincare. Ha! Now that's an interesting thought. I ran into one more suspicious young man last night. This one seemed to be out collecting soul jacks, right? Indeed. I couldn't get a good look at him though, and I couldn't gather enough intel to properly identify him. Oh, I wonder who that is. Well, that's a shame. But I can make an educated guess. Oh? You know that researcher who discovered the ancient text of the Rite of Resurrection? The one that lives near here. His name is Hideki Iraishi, and the man I met was very similar in stature. Oh my. Even he is involved? How awfully suspect. Considering his background, couldn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair? I think it's possible, yes. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with him for the time being. Safety first. Understandable. Of course I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on him. I'd prefer to ascertain who else is a curse bearer. First, I'll return to Hyaku Soaps to see the man in black. The headquarters are down South Warigetsu Street. I learned something new about the criminal involved with the kidnapping. It concerns the serial killings. There was a body found at Komokata High School. The person was identified as a school teacher. His name was Kohei Jonoji. Do you think he was a curse bearer? Not sure, it's possible. But regardless, it means that two people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead. Just when we're getting somewhere. It isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michio Shiraishi's residence. It'd be wise to pay it a visit. Understood. In addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there's Michio Shiraishi, who reported committed suicide, and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. If strange deaths continue occurring like so, they're bound to inspire strange rumors. But those last 2 have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no? It's true. Both occurred a week before the accursed situation began. Still, it cannot be ruled out. It's possible that the mastermind was involved even with those killings. How? What if there are preliminary steps to awakening the 7 mysteries curses? Can we really assume they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up? Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling that it'd be easier if it were connected to these curses. The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easily. You seem to know a lot about this. I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one too. I see. If you were to investigate this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind. You're right. If we wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, this would be a fine starting point. You might even discover more deaths related to the curses on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. Well, that's all I have to report. Shall we continue with our investigation? What do you want to do? If you still can't use a curse stone, taking a walk should be a fine place to start. Right. Let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself. In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where we should go, ma'am. Alright. Let's make a move. Surprisingly, Shiraichi's street isn't here, so let's check out the high school. Here we are at Ground Zero, Komogata High School. I guess it's logical that the police got this place shut down. The teacher's body was found here after all. It's as if the students have nowhere to go now the school is closed. Damn, this song is like so somber. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if that teacher was a curse bearer or not. I expect the police to be baffled since they don't know about the curses. I can ask around and see what the students have to say. Sure, let's ask around. Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michio. What could possibly go wrong? I'm back, ma'am. So, what did you learn? The school kids sure love a good rumor. That's probably drowning in stories about Mr. Jonochi and Michio, most of which seem dubious at best. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought. But there was one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe that Michio is the one who killed Mr. Jonochi. Really? The story's got two pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently he's been mumbling that Michio is going to kill him for days now. A fellow teacher overheard his mumbling and told the students. And then it spread like wildfire, I suppose? Rumors that juicy don't stay a secret for too long. As for the other piece of information, a pig-tailed girl in a school uniform was seen around school late last night. Pig-tailed. Go on. Although numerous people claimed to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. Some were proposing it was Michio brought back to life, or that it was her vengeful spirit. But it's not like Michio's the only high school girl to wear pigtails. This rumor might have been made up just to fan the flames. But if it were true, I'd want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing. Oh, fuck. Okay, hold on. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered where Michio lived. A student had a list of student addresses on hand. That's an amazing find. I believe all of the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easy it was to obtain what should have been confidential information. Imagine what would have happened if that information got into the wrong hands. Well, so far it hasn't, no? Sure. Let's hope it stays that way. In the meantime, it's now possible for us to visit Michio Shiraishi's house. There it is. Alright, let's move. How did it go? I went to visit Michio Shiraishi's family home, however. No one seemed to be there. I got no answers at the door, and all the lights were out. It seems to have been empty for now. There was a stack of newspapers out front. Yeah, isn't that strange? No one's here to check up on things? Not even her parents or anything? social connections run deep in working class areas like this, so I decided to talk to the locals. I met a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out, the Shiraishi's reputation really went down the dumps this past year. Is that so? I'll give you a quick summary. They moved here about 3 years ago. Their previous residence was in a better part of town. Michio's father died in a car accident, leaving behind just the two of them. What a funny coincidence. Michio's mom, Toshiko, now a single mother, relocated here. At first they got along with their neighbors, many of which were in similar situations, helping and being helped in return. So far so good. What happened? Well, as I said, their reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. A man recognized as Toshiko's common-law husband had moved into the household. What the hell is a common-law husband? His name is apparently Konkichiro Iwai. Neighborhood gossip is something else. Somehow, everyone knew his name. So what of this Iwai character? He's apparently a vulgar fellow with a criminal record. He's prone to violent outbursts. The neighbors often heard screams and shouting coming from the home. The neighbors took particular notice of Toshiko's screams, pleading with him not to hit Michio. That's terrible. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, every night the neighbors also began to hear an eerie chanting. Through this, the Shiraishi standings in the neighborhood plummeted rapidly. Toshiko was often seen covered in bruises and wounds. She stopped responding to her neighbors. She just turned the other way when greeted. They kept their storm shutters closed even during the day, and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community. That sounds horrible. Why didn't the police step in and do something? Unfortunately, under our current laws, the police aren't allowed to get involved with domestic disputes. That's awful. And then Michio reportedly killed herself. Things only got worse with Iwai, and Toshiko was admitted to the hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since, Iwai hasn't returned home. Many locals expressed sympathy for Michio's circumstances, but just as many were fed up with Shiraishi's entirely and seemed relieved that things finally quieted down again. It seems that they were still considered outsiders, even after 3 years of living here. I don't understand it. Why would Toshiko have gotten involved with such a brutish good-for-nothing in the first place? I've heard many stories where one partner's personality does a complete turn after entering a relationship. After her first husband's death, Toshiko's financial situation had also taken a turn for the worse. She was determined to send her daughter to a good high school. It's possible she fell victim to sweet promises. Life can be tough, I suppose. You don't seem moved by the story, ma'am. That's fine. People have all kinds of stories. Wow, that does not look like a good guy. Served time in prison. Interesting. Wait, do we not have like a picture of Toshiko? We do not. Okay. But the Shiraishi certainly lucked out with theirs, bringing such a violent man into it. How awful. Guess that's all we can get here. I wonder, can I? Oh, okay. Let's go here. South 40 Gussie Street. The Hyaku Soap's headquarters are on the other side of the South 40 Gussie Street. They're closed down when I visited this morning, but it appears things are up and running now. To think a small soap-making company could grow so much in such a short time. Natsuya Yamamori. Ah, damn it. I was hoping to get a profile for her. Oh, there she is. Okay, she looks a lot less scary than I thought she would be. The Witch of Hyaku. I see. So she was originally part of the textile company. Industry. You mentioned that Takumi works as her secretary? That's correct. Do you think it's possible he's acting on her orders? That's exactly my thinking. A curse bearer with both money and power could certainly look at resurrection as her next prize. Negotiating with a person of that stature may prove difficult. First, I need to confirm whether Takumi is the man I ran into last night. Then, I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. It'll be better if I go inside the headquarters alone. You should walk around. Visit a cafe for some tea, perhaps? No way. Oh. So there used to be a river here. And someone died here. I'm gonna go in. I may be a while, so feel free to find somewhere to kill time. Okay, good luck in there. Sorry to keep you waiting. How did it go? I'll fast forward to the conclusion. I met with Takumi. There's no doubt. He's the same man I saw last night. Hey, Kosu. Good morning, I guess? I was assuming you're waking up, right? Yeah, he's back. Finally, get to check out what's happening with these two. But it doesn't seem like he's a curse bearer. Okay. But it doesn't mean he has no connections to the recent curses. He knew about the Seven Mysteries. He even guessed we have a curse stone of our own. What the fuck? Excuse me? How does he know? I tried to approach Takumi about a fallen item that I ran into him last night, however. You said your name was Richter, correct? I have a favor I'd like to ask of you. I'm hoping you would hand over the curse stone in your possession. Curse stone? What are you on about? There's no need to play dumb with me. In fact, there's no time for it. I had all the same reason you did to think you were a curse bearer last night. And your arrival here only confirms it. You are a curse bearer, no? You're right. We lack time. I'll confess, I am a curse bearer. I possess the curse stone of the haunting clappers. I'm glad to hear the truth. Finally, this conversation is worthwhile. It is a dangerous item you hold. Give it to me. My company will take the responsibility to dispose of it. I didn't know the soap business specialized in scrubbing curses clean. It is the prerogative of Miss Yamamori. Is that so? Assuming you've obtained the curse, you understand the power it involves, no? Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers, akin to those of a god. She also has a deep love for this land, having transformed it from the pile of dirt it once was to the home of our headquarters. She cannot stomach the fact that it is now the site of these curses run rampant. So you're telling me the Queen of Hihaki is a real-life witch? She wouldn't appreciate being called that, mind you. There is a sorcerer by the name of Suigen Gamyoro, who is gallantly working behind the scenes, exorcising spirits and the like. Go on. That being so, there have already been instances of the dead coming back to life. Do you understand the urgency of this matter? There are curses we are speaking of, tools which are used by wicked beings to possess people. The rite of resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce the curse bearers into unspeakable action. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over that curse stone at once. Very interesting. With that said, just how many curse stones have you acquired so far? If what you tell me is true, surely the company would have launched a large-scale search by now. We have 6. 6? Whoa! I can rest at ease then. And here I thought I was at risk of being cursed. It seems we are on the same page. If that is the case, you should hand over your curse stone immediately. 6? That can't be right. The police officers have 3. There's only 9. The sub-company claims to have 6. We are in possession of 1 right now. The schoolgirls have 1. He's clearly either lying or there's more than 9, which I hope the latter is not the case. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's not actually in my possession at the moment. Considering its importance, I've been keeping it in hiding. Really now. Then I'll accompany you while you retrieve it. I'm sorry, but I've got something to attend to. It's important, I promise. I'll return with it later. Very well. Then you won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume. How prudent of you. I'll oblige. And that's how it went. So they aren't after the right after all? I wouldn't be so quick to trust him. Oh? I believe we're dealing with a master in deception. He may well have made up a story to convince us to part ways with our stone. I think he was lying about procuring 6. Like, really? 6? That's excessive. Well, now I feel gullible. The company is plotting something. I wonder what they mean to do with the cursed stones. They seem rather desperate to get a hold of ours, despite us not having collected any soul eggs. Perhaps the people at Hyaku are the masterminds behind the curse being unleashed. Because the chairwoman's a witch? I wonder about that too. If she really were that powerful, would her secretary have divulged that information so easily? Takumi was either making it up as he went, or he's trying to spread a rumor. For what purpose would he do that? Recently, people have been caught up about the occult more than ever. If word spreads that Hyaku's chairwoman has godlike powers, she could very well benefit socially and politically from that mystique. That's unsettling. By the way, there's one more thing of interest I heard from the company's reception lobby. And what's that? People were discussing whether one of the bodies found this morning was that of a Hyaku employee. Really? So long as the officials haven't revealed the identity, it all amounts to no more than speculation, though. Despite that, I have reason to believe Hyaku Soaps is deeply involved with the Seven Mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered that much. The more we know, the better our negotiations will go. Alright. We're done here. Let's move. Midoricho Park. We're here. This is Midoricho Park. Ayame Tono lives here. She wasn't in her apartment when I dropped by this morning. I wonder if it's worth checking again. Hokusai's home was in this area? What? Wow. Okay. Well, shit. She's that obsessed that she moved here to be close to Hokusai. We won't get much done standing around here. Why don't I go and check out Yame's apartment? You don't mean to speak with her, do you? No, I'd prefer to get an idea of what she's been up to. I like to see whether she's been home or not, just to potentially get a trace on her movements. And be my guest. Okay, I shouldn't be long. I'm back, ma'am. So, nothing? I'm afraid so. She still hasn't returned. I hope she's not dead. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force, keeping watch in the area. I don't know if they got their eyes on her apartment, but they do appear to be watching the building it's in. Interesting. You've got a sharp eye to be noticed by them, despite being so covert. Oh, to have noticed them. What can I say? It's part of the job. However, it meant I had to refrain from knocking on her door or looking through her windows. I wasn't able to check her electric meter or her mailbox either, unfortunately. You were planning to go that far? We won't make much progress sticking around here. Really? Damn. Where else do I go then? Oh shit! Oh, good going, ma'am! You found haiku. That's a rare one. Is it now? Haiku. That's a crazy pun. I love it. Okay. Oh. Let's go back to school then. Just keep looking around. Oh? Never mind. I got debated. Maybe the cops are here? Doubt anyone's still living there. Hmm? Oh, so you came here too? Hmm? What is it? There we go. Ah. Could you repeat what you know one more time for me, Richter? There we go. Now I can finally find out what's happening in the Shiraishi household. Oh my god, this music. Ma'am, allow me to introduce one of our country's most elite detectives. The name's Jun Ario. I'd hardly call myself elite, but either way, it's nice to meet you. This here is a brilliant Chief Inspector Susumi, and yes, he's just as rough and tumble as he looks. Sometimes, I really don't know if you're complimenting or putting me down. So, you two are detectives? This is my client. This is Harue Shikima. Her father's a big deal in the police himself, so remember to mind your manners. A bigwig named Shikima. Boss, you know of this guy? Shit, I've heard the name, but you know I don't keep track of who's who in the upper echelons. There's no need to worry. I am my own person after all, and my father has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, did you hear that, boss? Looks like you're getting off easy this time. Don't make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business. It ain't like that. You both seem rather jovial, despite being detectives. How rare. All the police officers I've met have always been so dull. Well, you won't find any dull cops here. We'll round up all your criminals with a smile. That's our motto. How lovely. Keep it up. Just hold on 1 second. This is the first time I'm hearing that. Well, you're right about them not being your typical detectives. I swear, the best music comes from these two. I'm surprised Richter knew them. Small world. I guess knowing how to deal with cops is also part of an investigator's job. Not quite. The two of us used to be comrades is all. Comrades? That's right. Richter used to be part of the police force himself. He quit a few years ago to go solo. Is that so? You should give it a try, Ariel. There's more freedom in working as a private investigator. Can't say much for the quality of life, though. It's been 2 years, right? I hadn't heard of you since you quit. I didn't think your business would last, but here you are. You sure you don't want to return to the forest? We'll take you back with open arms. What, to sit on my ass and watch the birds fly? I'll take a pass. I don't belong in that world. Come on, Richter. We need your talent. The public needs you. No, you don't. This is my calling. The police will manage just fine without me. I'll keep on tying up all your loose cases, saving the little birdies you abandoned. Wow, he's so cool. I can't believe you were actually part of the police force once. There's a story behind everything, man. I don't regret my time on the force. I wouldn't have the connections I have today without it. Aww. What brings you here, Richter? You on a case? That's right. I'm picking up the police's slack. I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder case from last year. Oh, I remember now. You're that Haruo Shigema from the kidnapping case. Huh? Did I miss something? Don't be an idiot. It was the case where Munasada Shigema's grandson was kidnapped. Which must have been your son, ma'am. Indeed, the story was suppressed by the news. In the end, it was considered a huge failure on the police department's part. Most of the investigation was conducted in secret. And unfortunately, the department is unwilling to reopen the case. Any investigation carried out afterwards turned up nothing at all, which is why I'm now on the job. So they never caught the culprit, huh? That's rough. So your findings have brought you to this place then? That's right. An individual connected to the case used to live around here. Used to? That's right. As of last week, they're deceased. We'd hope to talk to the family. No one was home when I checked last time, so we figured we'd try again. Interesting. I Kosu. That message was a really long time ago, Nobly. I'm not sure if Kosu is still around. But surely they wouldn't leave when this hunk is on screen, right? It sure doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like this. If there really was a culprit, it should be our responsibility to bring them to justice. Well, I do consider the police my people. So, you consider the blame to be shared. You've got a stern side as well, I see. By the way, ma'am, this may be sudden, but there's something I'd like to confirm with you. And that is? It's okay. Maybe they'll come back and you can catch them later. Do you happen to know anything about the Seven Mysteries of Honjo? Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly... With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady. Huh. If you insist. What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything? I wonder how much this question matters. I've heard of the Seven Mysteries, but this talk of curses eludes me. Is that so? Well, I'm sorry for the intrusion. Come to think of it, I heard some things about this area last night. Something about a strange yet conspicuous man in white lording around. Wait a second. I assume they were talking about you, investigator. Well, I won't argue that I'm strange and conspicuously dressed in white. And as it turns out, I was out here last night to conduct my investigation. Did you run into anything strange or out of the ordinary? Out of the ordinary. I guess I did observe a few suspicious characters. Yeah, makes it undercover where he's out in the middle of the night, dressed in pure white. Like he looks like the stereotypical detective. You were asking about curses just now. Why would a public servant be interested in the occult? Boss, Richter's a smart man. He can help us if we tell him what we know. I can't promise I'll be of any help to you, but I'm interested in hearing what you gotta say. Richter Belmont cosplay? I'm really quick, hold this lighter. Ah! Something is happening in Honjo, isn't there? It must be something big if they've got you head office guys on it. Well, I guess it's alright. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Thank you, boss. Listen closely to what we're about to say, Richter. Huh. So by using curses to commit murders, these people collect soul dregs to perform the rite of resurrection? And these curse stones are somehow connected to the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. It's a tough story to swallow, but I don't see a reason to doubt you either. We figured the strange occurrences happening around here recently are connected to these curses. To get the situation under control, we've been searching for the curse bearers to confiscate their cursed stones. Do you have any information that might help us? That's tough. I never expected curses and other mumbo-jumbo to play into this all. But we're talking about shady characters. There was this middle-aged fellow I saw on South Wardigesui Street. He had an average build. He was anxious, like he was searching for prey. Boss, what do you think? Well, considering the location, it could have been Hideki or Aishi. We already got his curse stone. Impressive. You two are working quick. Did you see anything else? Not that I can remember. That's a shame. If you see any characters who look like they might be carrying a cursed stone, it'd be a huge help if you let us know. Absolutely. I'll let you know if I find anything. So he's not going to tell the police about Takumi or Ayame. Richter, perhaps you could lend a hand on our case too? There's a number of people we can't track, and finding missing persons happen to be your specialty, no? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm busy enough with this case. The faith of my clients is what keeps me afloat. I have to prioritize requests by the order in which they come. I see. Well, can't say that's not fair. What do you need a private investigator for anyway? The cops have plenty of bright folks to throw at the job. True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with here. By the way, that reminds me, Richter. Yes? You said the person who used to live here died last week. You wouldn't be referring to Michio Shiraishi by any chance? You knew? I thought so. It seems like we're here for the same reason then. Seriously? Michio was involved with curses and magic? Strictly speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. We're looking into Yoshimi's case. Yoshimi, alright. Hajime Yoshimi's. That's right. He died on the job. I'm sure you've heard of it. I heard. It was a most unfortunate loss. So there's a connection between Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division and Michio. Well, hold on. Let's focus on Michio for a second. You think she had something to do with the kidnapping? Talk about unforeseen developments. Exchanging information should prove mutually beneficial. I'll tell you what I know, but in turn, I want the full scoop on your findings concerning Michio. Sure. To tell you the truth. What? You believe Michio's ghost is the one who killed Mr. Janochi? So he wasn't just mumbling nonsense! I mean, we haven't fully confirmed anything yet, but the testimonies we've heard and the evidence we found point in that direction. Testimony? You mean from, those psychic high schoolers? Didn't they also say there was a chance Michio hadn't killed herself? Wait, if that's all true then, did you figure something out? Kankichiro Iwai! Huh? Kankichiro Iwai. He'll be the next victim. We have to open the door to the Shiraishi's house. We need to look inside. Hey, what's gone into you? Boss? I'm sure the landlord would give us a key if we asked. Screw that! You know how long that could take? We can ask for permission later. Richter? Hey, Richter! Calm down. We can't just... Is it possible he's already dead? Take that, you shitty door! That's how you do it! Richter, get a hold of yourself! I see you're still the same as always. Everyone, come quick! Look at this! Fuck! Ah! Whoa, what's up with this room? Boss, there's a dead body in here. Whoa, could that be Michio's dad? Nah, he's your stepdad at best, if that. It's gotta be the body of Kankichiro Iwai. There's no doubt about it. The man's a goner. He's gotten real messed up. Looks like he's been like this for a while. I'd say it happened last night. Elio, did you find Janochi's body in the same state? Now that you mention it, it looked as though Kohei Janochi had died from a number of heavy blows. What are you suggesting, investigator? It was Michio Shiraishi. She's alive. She used the power of the curses to get back at the men who ruined her life. That's ridiculous! You're suggesting she actually revived? It's gotta be that. And if she's alive then... Ooh, shit. Intermission. My apologies for interrupting. I know we've just arrived at an interesting plot point. But do you really think a dead girl is going around taking revenge from beyond the grave? I do not. Consider this. What if Michio Shiraishi never died? But seeing as you've come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? And so, I would have you answer me a question. Where in Honjo was Michio Shiraishi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Imagine my, like, theory is completely wrong. I'll be so sad. I see. Very well. Hey, I was watching that. Yeah, I know, right? Way to, like, interrupt the climax. What the hell? Oh, let's go! Okay, I'm glad I was right. I mean, to me, it's pretty simple, but I don't know about other people. Congratulations, you are correct. As expected, you got it in one go. Oh, fuck. Would there have been, like, different dialogue if I kept messing up? Well, the cause of death was such, was it not? You must have noticed some time ago. Let's go back to the story then, shall we? I've taken up enough of your time. What? So you really think Michio Shiraishi is alive? Just think it through and it all becomes obvious. It tracks, but do you really think that girl could have managed all of this? First of all, Ario, go report this to HQ. Understood. I'll get on it right away. I'll start investigating this place. It sure isn't lacking in stuff that needs looking at. There's a bunch of photos of the same person pasted on the wall over there. Huh? Isn't that... Whoa, now, hold on. These photos. These are all of Fumichika Nejima. Gross. Why him? Really, come to think of it, he was in the papers a lot back in the day. Oh, there's even more pasted up over there. These are all cutouts from newspapers and magazines about the Nejima murders. I don't get it. Why the weirdo shrine? Let's keep looking around. What if this guy is Nejima? Damn. Should I keep playing? I'm like, fuck, we're at like such a good spot to stop, but at the same time, it's like such a good spot to continue. Like, I'm so curious. I think I will stop though, cause just for my health. Cause like, damn, my voice, dude. I don't know why my nose is like so cloggy today. Cliffhanger ending, yeah. I'll try and get some rest. I don't know. I've been having trouble like waking up. I just sleep for like 90% of the day. It's really bad. I feel like most of the time I'm only awake for like 4 hours. It's like really bad. I'll try not to pass out after this stream as well. Anyways, yeah, it's a pretty good place to stop. Cliffhanger ending. Like, what could this mean? Why does she have pictures of a serial killer all over the place? Or, well, I said she, but it could be anyone that lives in this house. Let's see who's live. Who's on right now? Who should I raid? Do you guys have, like, any suggestions? My nose is like killing me. Doom, doom, doom. maybe Crow and Choma. Let me check them out. What are they up to? Crow and Chroma. I totally missed the art. Oh, they're streaming art. That sounds fun. Yo, you totally rate them. Alright. I'll probably chill out, watch our stream, try to work on something of my own. And I hope everyone gets rest as well. Tomorrow I'll be playing Xenoblade. More Xenoblade 3. I'm finally inside of Origin. So I don't know how much of more of the game I have left. But of course there's still gonna be like side content, so we're not completely done with Xenoblade just yet. But I hope you guys will look forward to that. Thank you for streaming. No, thank you for coming by and hanging out. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Nobody, I know you have like work in the morning, so, or I don't know if you have work during the weekends, but you're usually up like super early, so yeah. Hope everyone takes care. I think that'll be it for me. Next week I'll probably have like a much lighter schedule because I'll be quite busy during the weekends. But yeah, I'm really busy lately. I want to be able to stream more, but I'm always like so sleepy, so tired. I'm trying to fix that slowly by streaming a little bit more often every day. Take care, everyone. Gal night. I'll see you guys later. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. Donate if you guys want to. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Gal night.